All right, people of faith, let's take another walk. Let's talk on the subject of value or money's value. The security that and also the security that it provides. You know what? You know what type of person that clamors for money? In other words, they would do whatever it takes to get it. It's a hurting person. Only a hurting, only a hurting person would do whatever it takes to get money. Why? Because money is their security. What would they do without it? So, in other words, they become married to it. That becomes their love, and which is fulfills the scripture, the love of money. They love it because they would do whatever it takes to protect it. Where a person's treasure is, their heart will be there also. And wherever a person's heart is, they're going to do whatever it takes to protect it. So, if money is their security, their source, their provision, what actually puts the food on the table, that put the clothes on their back, or put the roof over their head, etc. They're going to do whatever it takes to protect that that security, that provider, that provision. Only thing money does is put you on a chopping block to be purchased. You ever heard the statement when a gentleman calls a woman a hoe? A hoe? That's a garden tool, right? What's the purpose of that garden tool? It's to dig or trench out, right? So, in other words, when a gentleman is calling the woman the hoe, he is saying that she's for to trench out, the weeds or whatever that's good of that surface, whatever is going to dig out. And the purpose of her digging out is for her personal gain. This is why the term is so derogatory. It's actually a cursing more than anything else. But with that being said, whenever the person serves money or do whatever it takes to get the money, they become no greater than a slave. This is the value. This is going to tie into, of course, the Black Lives Matter type movement or any movement in that matter. There is no value in the natural or anything that you can see. What you see is already dead. The only reason why it has life is because of you. You are that source. I mean, you are the providing source for that entity to remain valuable. So, in other words, money has no value until it has your life. Let's say, for example, if you don't put your investment inside money, that is to say that you won't allow money to be your security. You allow something greater to be your security. Well, then money wouldn't have no value to you, right? So the currency or the value of the dollar drops tremendously. Why? Because the source of it is no longer there. Long as there's how the saying goes, created supply and created a demand. So if long as there's a avenue to endorse a product, there's an avenue for us like to create a demand for it. The scripture said you can't serve two gods. You can't serve God and mammon. Of course, that mammon has been interpreted in so many different ways. We could say that it was money. We could say it's things, materialistic values. We could say it's this or that. But actuality, let's stay on the subject of money. It's impossible to serve God. Okay, what God are we talking about? Because money could be in the form of a God, which actually that is the intent. But money itself, but God itself, we're talking about love itself. And love is without blemish, it's without weakness. So we're talking about love. So we're going to deem God as love, and love is the most high. So you can't serve love and serve money. That's the purpose of the money, because you're not serving love. That's the point of the money, because you won't serve love. So the idea is to have you chase a carrot. If you get enough of it, you can do what? Have a peace of mind, have comfort, be comfortable or have comfortability. Well, actually, that's a pipe dream. But it's amazing though when love consumes you. In other words, it weeds out. It becomes like the garden tool that digs out all the weeds, and the weeds is anything that's tormenting the soul. That's like anything that's robbing you peace, anything that's robbing you joy, anything that's robbing you love, and so forth. It would take away all of that just by its presence. But see, that's just the thing. Love is so pure, it's so holy. It does not dwell in the unclean temple. We were created in love, but that's as far as we go. So, with that being said, my people of faith, you are the blessed. Let's be the blessing. Let's keep walking.